Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my Impact Wrestling review. The first Impact Wrestling of the year, I should say, after taking a 2 week break off of playing nothing but best of shows, which I didn't even really go back and watch it all because it wasn't really been no point of watching it because it's a best of show, and I don't think really anything important happened, which I still think kind of killed their momentum of what they're having right now. But with Impact having their first show of the year back, the build to Hard to Kill continues. And I guess Genesis, I forgot about that. That's supposedly this Saturday. Why are we doing like one of these Impact Plus pay per views when you got an actual pay per view coming up this month in the next few weeks? So I don't understand why they're doing that. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But apparently Genesis is still being built up into something. But we did kick it off with a fatal four-way with Ace Austin. Haven't seen him in a while, by the way. Versus Blake Christian versus Casey Navarro and Crazy Steve. I don't really know who Navarro and Christian are. They were actually pretty good out there. Not a bad fatal four-ways. Those are just all X Division wrestlers and whatnot. I'm surprised Crazy Steve even got the win right here after hitting his like big tornado DDT on Navarro. It wasn't bad or anything. It's just kind of random. But apparently they're doing this Super X Cup tournament this week on Impact on Saturday with this Genesis show. So I guess all these guys are supposedly part of it. I don't even know why they still got Ace Austin. I guess I know he's still an X Division wrestler, but they've been kind of putting him more of the main event scene towards lately. So lately. So I don't know why they got him back there because we haven't really seen the guy since Bound for Glory. So he hasn't really been seen in a while. Same with Madman Fulton, who was out there with him too. So it's kind of been a minute when you think about it. It's been a it's been a while, so I haven't really seen him. But Crazy Steve got the win. I don't know what's really going to happen in this tournament this Saturday, but I may check out Genesis just to see what's going on out there. But Crazy Steve got the win. Next, Sammy Callahan was cutting a promo, about I guess the whole hacking thing, sitting with a whole bunch of computers, telling Eddie Edwards to leave his wife behind tonight because anything is possible because you never know what can happen. We got another Tony Khan, paid advertisement with Tony Schiavone as he wished everybody a happy new year, and he was here to help the less fortunate. Impact, of course, he has to take more shots at Impact Wrestling, basically hyping up the whole New Year's Smash show that's coming up on AEW for, tomorrow's show or today's show, whenever you're watching this video and whatnot. Basically going over the card and having Snoop Dogg on the show. He talked about how, Kenny Omega and Ray Phoenix and that, he talked about their matches in AAA and that Phoenix is great, but Tony Khan went on to take shots at Don Callis then because Callis said, I'm one of the reasons why AEW even started. And Tony Khan said, I'm the one that funds the show and sets all the TV deals and hired talent. And I booked the show and everything. And I don't wrestle because, that's guys like for Moxley and Omega since they're the best in the world and have world-class status. And he called Don Callis like a parasite in wrestling. And, Tony Khan is a patron, as he said. And, he says, I got some more money to spend from my grandma. Give him $100 from a Christmas gift card. And, we'll have another paid advertisement. So, let me say this. I know they keep doing these whole paid advertisement. Tony Khan is a heel. Can Impact have a paid advertisement on AEW show or something? I said this like a couple weeks ago because, we've been doing this since this whole so-called partnership has kind of began. And most of it's been, Tony Khan just burying Impact every week and taking shots at their bad history, which unfortunately a lot of that is true. And, it just kind of makes them look bush league in a way. It just looks it makes them look real bad. It really does. So, and, Tony Khan talked about inviting Impact talent to AEW. When is that going to happen? I'm almost surprised we haven't seen, Gallows and Anderson on there yet. But, can Impact get a paid advertisement or something to promote their own show on Dynamite or something? Take shots back at them. Take shots back because now it's like it's just Tony Khan burying y'all now, just hyping up his own show. Even though I know Omega's on Impact also, but it's just can y'all take a shot back or fight back or something now? Because it just make y'all look like some scrubs. I know that's kind of where they're going, and Tony Khan is now a heel or something, but it's just taking shots at Impact and fans and, just a lot of very horrible decisions this company has made. But, they went to Omega, Gallows, and Anderson which they were on the tour bus talking about all their titles and everything. You know, Cal said he wanted one, but he gave a picture with the whole Golden Sheik. And Omega talked about the whole Hard to Kill thing, about them going against Rich Swann and Mercy Machine Guns. But they're just a little team and whatnot. We are Bullet Club, as he went on to say. We are Bullet Club for life, as he put into context. Basically say, I may go up for Rich Swann's belt next. As Gal said, that title's not that big, but it is shiny though, so we know that's probably going to come at some point between Rich Swann and Omega. Rhino and Cousin Jake were already in the ring as Jake Deaner cut a promo talking about Eric Young and telling Cody Deaner we could fix things, but Eric Young and him showed up as Cody Deaner, who had a whole look change now with a buzz cut and a leather jacket, cut his hair. Basically, Eric Young said that he no longer listens to you. He answers to EY. He listens to me. And that Cody now knows the truth. So it basically became Rhino and Jake Deaner versus Joe Doring and Cody Deaner, which the match was okay, which I know they're trying to get this whole, Cody Deaner being like a lackey, not a lackey all the way, but like, being entranced or like this new look, which is a pretty good look, I should say. It's really different. Yeah, we've seen this guy as a comedy wrestler for all these years, but it is very interesting to see him in this new look now of being a heel. And, he ended up winning the match after he low blow Jake and hit him with a DDT. Basically, they start jumping Jake after the match and knocking Rhino out the ring. But Tommy Dreamer came out and said, "You want to keep doing this, huh? How about this? Hard to Kill." An old school rules match. Even though it's not Extreme Rules match or a hardcore, it is an Extreme Rules match, a hardcore match. So the whole old school rules thing, it's basically the same thing. I'm sure people are gonna roll their eyes when they see Tommy Dreamer and hey, he's on another pay-per-view, folks. It's Dreamer. Somehow, some way, Tommy Dreamer will find himself on a pay-per-view one way or another. But I guess we got a 6-man now set up for Hard to Kill. Well, another 6-man, I should say. Between Eric Young's new faction and Dreamer, Rhino, and Jake there. So we'll see what happens with that. I got a message right here. Yeah, I had to take care of that message on my phone right there, but yeah, I know they ended up interviewing Matthew Palmer, who was one of the security guards, which I guess Moose is challenged to into this whole 3 minutes thing challenge as he's doing. He said, he didn't mean to rip Moose's suit, but he didn't drive all the way here and travel all these miles to be a security guard. It's to get his foot in the door to become a pro wrestler, and he's not going to go home like a coward or anything. He said he's going to beat Moose, he could get beat by Moose and hold his head high, but he said he's going to be able to last 3 minutes against him. Johnny Swinger was in some room as I guess he had that wad of cash still. They're still carrying that freaking wad of cash as AC Romero came in. Basically, have you seen Wrestler's Court? I was proven innocent. As AC said that, Crazy Steve said that Swinger may know something. He says you may want to check on one of the knockouts to see what's going on. We're still doing this somehow. Deon Purrazzo and Kimberly came out, cut a promo talking about Taya trying to come after her for that title after, she's taken multiple losses at this point, and that she's the first ever Iron Woman in Impact and a Virtuosa, and that Taya can't accept reality and continues to fail and spiral into delusion. As Taya and Rosemary came out, Taya said that she's still, she was the longest reigning Knockouts champion in this company's history, and that Deonna, because that Taya has been distracted since, Taya's had to deal with stuff with Wrestle House and the whole wedding and court and that whole tag tournament. But despite all that's been going on, she still wants her Knockouts title back. As Deonna said, listen, you lost to Jordynne Grace, okay? And I beat Jordynne Grace for this title. And Deonna went on to say, your husband's not even in this company anymore, and Johnny Bravo wants nothing to do with you at this point. And it's a matter of time till Rosemary leaves you also, because this is the age of the Virtuosa. Basically, she mocked Taya in, saying, you're going to be clinging on to the longest reigning Knockouts champion in history of all time. But once I break your arm, you won't have any accolades go for anymore at this point. Taya ended up pushing Kimberly to the ground. Taya said, I wish you would have came with a more better insult than take a shot at my husband. And Taya basically said that you are just afraid because I'm going to humiliate you in front of everybody, and I will become a two-time Knockouts champion. And at the end, it will be the end of the age of the Virtuosa, and it will be the welcome of Era de la Guerra, basically. So, very good promo, I should say, between both Deonna and Taya, which is probably one of the better promos we heard from Taya in a while now, because it has been true. Taya has really been lost ever since she did drop the belt earlier in last year, okay? And she's mostly been in these very bad comedy skits, all right, from, like they said, Wrestle House and the court thing. And, I didn't mind the whole thing with Rosemary, but it was just too much comedy and then murder. And then the tournament wasn't bad, but at least now we kind of got regular Taya, as in La Wera Loca Taya. And, she's going to be wrestling Deonna Purrazzo at Hard to Kill. I think is it a Hard to Kill or is it Genesis? I'm assuming, yeah, it's a Hard to Kill for the Knockouts title, so that should be a really great match coming up. So at least the actual Taya is back this time. Rohit Raju was talking to Chris Bay in the back, talking about the new year, you wanted forgiveness, and they got that triple threat match coming at Hard to Kill. They were going to go to TJP saying he's Manic, but TJP said, I haven't seen Manic. Are you trying to say I am him? But I'm not. But how about you face Manic and TJP in a tag team match? He says him and Manic don't get along, but you can find him somewhere backstage. As Raju said that Perkins there, you still got the same tattoos as Manic, so he tries to say he's the same guy and whatnot. Tennille Dashwood was talking to Rosemary in the back. Basically, what was she talking in the back about? I guess some of her partners left her, and that she need a new one. Rosemary told her to get out. In the semi-final match, where we move on to the finals of this whole Knockouts tag tournament, Jordynne Grace and Jazz went against Havoc and Nevaeh in the semi-final match. Not a bad match, I should say, in this whole semifinals. I'm not saying I forgot this was still going on, but I guess they had one more semifinals match left, and it ended up with Havoc giving Jazz a tombstone to pick up the win as they now move on to the finals. Havoc and Nevaeh to go against Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz, which I feel like I've seen that match multiple times on this show, except now they actually have someone to fight for this time. I don't know who's going to get the win, because it looks like, I swear, Tasha and Kiera Hogan usually kind of get the win over Havoc and Nevaeh, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen, but I feel like I've seen this several times, though, in the past, especially in the finals of this match. So, what is next for Jazz, as some people would say? Well, I guess we're going to find out soon enough, but she came out of retirement for this tournament, so what's going to happen next? I guess we're going to find out what happens next. But I guess in the finals at Hard to Kill, it will be Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz versus Havoc and Nevaeh for the Knockouts tag team titles. In the back, the Mercy Machine Guns and Rich Swann are in the back. As Sabre talked about how, Impact was built on teams like the Guns, and, Gallows and Anderson better be ready. Rich Swann talked about, he's repping with the Guns at Hard to Kill, and say, he's one of the greatest tag teams of all time. And, he said, I've worked real hard to get this title, and I'm the Impact Wrestling champion right here, not the AEW champion, calling out Kenny Omega and everything, because he says that pride is forever. And yeah, we got our asses beat last time, but how about this? We go out there and we kick their ass, basically. So, the Guns said, yeah, let's get their ass to take, this whole bougie-ass camper they're hiding in. So the Guns and Rich Swann went off to go find Omega and crew. They knocked the security guard out the way, and they ended up going to the bus, basically, open up, but Omega and the Good Brothers end up attacking Swann and them, beating them up. As look at that, these guys were easy to kill, as Omega said. These 3 faces, easy to kill right here. They ought to name it that. And Omega kept stomping on all of them before they got back in the bus and left. So yeah, they kind of made Swann and the Guns look like scrubs here in a way, just jumping them and whatnot, leaving them for dead. They didn't even get a hit back on them. They just got jumped and didn't even see it coming. So it does put sympathy on them, no, but they're going to have to probably put a little bit more in before Hard to Kill, because this is like the second time they've been beat up, other than what we saw 2 weeks ago. They ended up getting beat by, I don't want to call them Bullet Club all the way, because I know they keep mentioning Bullet Club, but they're not even in Bullet Club anymore. But, yeah, they kind of got jumped by Bullet Club right here. Okay? So, Yeah, they jumped them and left them for dead. Jordan Grace apologized to Jazz in the back, for the loss and that she was disappointed because you put your retirement on hold for this. And Jazz said she was glad to wrestle with the new generation. But Jordan Grace said, it'd be an honor to face you in a singles match. As Jazz said, she accepted it, which they're doing at Genesis this Saturday. Why would you not do this on the actual pay-per-view instead of doing it on the Impact Plus pay-per-view? I don't really understand that. Okay? Where is like that's something you want to say for pay-per-view. I probably will check that match out this Saturday, but I kind of said that, like, couldn't you just do it at the pay-per-view? You don't gotta do it at this Genesis show, but they got to build both of these things up, I guess. So, yeah, Genesis this Saturday. Jazz versus Jordan Grace is going to go on. Deonna Purrazzo and Kimberly were talking to James Mitchell as if Su Yung was Susie now. James said, James Mitchell wanted to say, it's done, but it's not Susie. So then we got this business woman, look like a secretary now, and her name is Susan. Listen, I'll give Su Yung credit. She made the Susie thing work, so maybe she can make the Susan thing work. She's gone from zombie to almost kid-like or something, or innocent-like, but now she's a secretary, a lawyer. So, yeah, we've gone from Su Yung to Susie to Susan. I have literally no clue where this is going to go. Moose went against Matthew Palmer in a 3-minute challenge as Moose basically beat the crap out of this dude. It was 30 seconds left. Willie Mack came out and basically distracted him as, Matthew Palmer basically survived the 3 minutes against Moose. So, just made sense, though, given that they got that no DQ match or something. Or I think it's an I Quit match coming this Saturday. So, we'll see what happens with that. But the Palmer dude got a win, though. Ethan Page was in some therapy session, which it looked like it was him talking to himself. Everybody thinks he's crazy and everything, but he's been the, champion of this company, tag team champion. But next thing you know, the Karate Man, which was basically himself with a red headband on, and it looked like his gear, as he called Ethan Page a bitch. And I guess, he said you're not a street fighter. So apparently he's going to fight him at Hard. So Ethan Page is going to fight himself at Hard to Kill. Okay, you could have put this on Genesis. Why is that on pay-per-view? Okay, I don't know where this Karate Man thing is going with Ethan Page, or if he came up with this himself, but I don't really need to see the North break up. And like I said before, if you got this so-called partnership going on with AEW, I think a lot of people would like to see the North versus FTR. That'd be a really great tag match to watch. I have no idea where this Karate Man thing is going. And I know they edit this out, so what is going to happen when it's the Karate Man versus Ethan Page? He's fighting himself. I have no idea where this is going to go, okay? Next, as they went over next week's show, the main event was Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan, which they ended up brawling with each other before the match even started and fought all the way into the commercial. And when they finally came back on, it was commercial, but they continued to brawl with each other. They both pushed the referee down, and it ended up being a double DQ. As the referee said he was done, both men continued to brawl in until Eddie got Sami's baseball bat and was going to hit him with it, but Sami did his whole hacking thing, and it showed Alicia Edwards trapped in a gate backstage. So then I guess they went to Eddie running in the back, which once again they keep, I don't know if it's Impact playing this bad music in the background, but it's louder than you can hear the guys. And it's like I said with the whole EC3 thing, and it's been in multiple segments Impact does also. Stop playing this very bad background music. Just stop doing that. Especially if you're gonna have Ken Shamrock return and him and Sami beat up Eddie and they barbed wire him to the gate and then hit him with a baseball bat, but you could barely hear anything they're saying because the music is just too freaking loud. Okay, get tired of that. And they basically left Eddie for dead as Alicia checked on Eddie as the show ended. Listen, the show was kind of up and down, if you ask me, for Impact. It wasn't bad or anything, but there's some stuff I just don't think makes sense. As for this Eddie and Sami feud, I don't know why it's even happening again. I don't really want to see it again. It was good the first time, but right now I'm just not feeling it. It just kind of feels thrown together at the last second, or it's just happening to happen for whatever reason. So I don't know why. What is Sami Callihan going to make Eddie uncrazy now? He's been crazy ever since he got hit with the baseball bat. So is he going to be uncrazy? Is he going to be the Wolves Eddie again? Where is this going? And don't get me wrong, there was some good stuff from, Omega and others, on the show, or Some matches being built up to Hard to Kill. I like the Taya and Diana promo and whatnot. Genesis, I'm not really sure why they even need another pay-per-view before the actual pay-per-view of Hard to Kill. The Moose stuff wasn't bad. The tag tournament not bad also. I like the Fatal 4-Way. It was okay at the beginning. Of course, we still have more of these Tony Khan promo, paid advertisements, but at the same time, it makes Impact look bad in a way because we are seeing this a little bit too much. Again, I've said it before about the comedy. They still need to tone the comedy down. I do like the Cody Deaner thing or wherever that's going with Eric Young, so we'll see what happens with that, but they gotta stop and lower down the comedy, okay? Because half the time they make Tony Khan and them look a little bit too good, like he's shitting on the company in a way, and then again, it doesn't help if Impact doesn't put on better stuff. There was some good stuff on this show, but there are times when they put on a lot of bullshit at the same time too, and it's not good, okay? It really isn't. So, really need to work on that, all right? Really, really, really need to work on that. But like I said, it wasn't a bad show. Will I check out Genesis this Saturday? Maybe if I get the chance. But like I said, I'd rather look more at the Hard to Kill than whatever they're doing with Genesis right now. But obviously they got some matches going on, so I guess we'll see what happens with that. But other than that, though, that is my review of Impact this week. I said I've been doing a lot of wrestling reviews going on this week and more to come, okay? I still got to get through New Year's Evil and New Year's Smash. I got Wrestle Kingdom review, Night 1 and Night 2. May do New Year's Dash just because, so had to see that also. Just a lot of reviews, okay? A lot of reviews, okay? Just a lot of reviews coming this week. So it's been all over the place with wrestling right now in this first week, all right? But I will be back later on for a AEW and NXT review. Like I said, New Year's Evil, New Year's Smash review is coming, but I'm out of here. See you guys later. Comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Check out any review that's up online right now, and check out my end of the year review. 5 hours of audio reviewing the entire year of wrestling in the year of 2020, okay? Other than that, I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace.